Hey there, Julia Rose here. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. We're getting messages today with the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn, as well as Ethereal Visions Tarot by Matt Hughes. So, they had me pull the cards today in advance in a spread that I used to use when I was first waking up and diving into my practice with tarot. And it tells me that not only are things coming full circle for you right now, but you're really learning how to take what resonates from your past and leave what doesn't. On the bottom of the deck, we had the Empress, Three of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. I would say that mirrors a similar energy of you're really coming into yourself right now and getting back into alignment with how to create your own happiness in your material reality. You're diving deep into wisdom. I feel like some of you are studying different texts and you're discerning what resonates with you and what doesn't. I feel like some of you, again, in that same vein, are writing a lot. You're journaling. Some of you are practicing automatic writing. Some of you are nurturing plant babies and getting ready for the spring season. This also tells me that there's going to be a shift with this astrological new year. It's a new cycle for everyone, but there's something particular about this that it feels like up to I think it's March 19th, there's going to be a lot of cycles closing right now. Habits or ways of being, ways of doing things that don't resonate with your highest alignment anymore. You're learning to step out of these things. I'm really loving this energy. First row is revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. Look at how giant that pearl is in the oyster. It really stands out, doesn't it? As do you, light worker. Then we have Judgment. Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. You're not afraid to show people who you are anymore. I feel like you've finally come to a place of understanding of how much you really have been holding back, how much you really have been okay with not being seen. And I think your guides are starting to show you in small doses how much that was coming from a place of fear. You're ready to be seen now, and you're ready to accept the endings that are coming. I feel some of you maybe didn't realize, but you're starting to recognize that certain beliefs kind of had you in a daze, or this could even be connections. Yeah, for some of you, this is a very manipulative figure in your life that made it very difficult for you to see things clearly and made it difficult for you to trust your instincts, your intuition. But now that you're starting to go deeper into your shadow work, you're wanting to be seen more and you're wanting to show up in a way that doesn't sacrifice your happiness or your boundaries. You're really starting to see the way things were. But you're also starting to see what a light you are and how much you always have been. And that might have created fear in some, but you're letting go of that too. We have emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. Some of you have been resting a lot more and allowing yourself that space to really recuperate, I'm hearing. It's like you're starting to see how much people are in a rush to get nowhere. So there's no real point to navigating life at that quick pace. The more you take the pressure off, it's actually that your life starts to speed up because you're in alignment, you're releasing resistance, which creates that tension, it creates that friction, that feeling of you can't go fast enough. I see you letting that go and really being at peace, really being comfortable in a new way of being. We have the Seven of Cups. Nine of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. It feels to me that this idea that you were given, this opportunity, became something that helped you move in a new direction. So this also feels like a ward. Not an award, but a ward. So some of you are doing protection, rituals, magic, things like this. For some of you, I see that you're permanently closing doors to certain things in your past, not allowing them to unearth. Not in an unhealthy way, but just really recognizing what something is in its truth, to know that fully in your being it doesn't serve you, and to not be afraid of letting that go. I feel like some of you are also being asked to slow down right now because you haven't been able to see clearly what's ahead of you, only what's behind you. And as you start to slow down and pause, it's going to help you reorient yourself to a forward vision, a forward-looking vision. Some of you have been very guarded. Because you've had a lot of fear. A lot of you haven't realized how much fear you carry. But part of your spiritual awakening, at least in this season, is going to be recognizing which fear is constructive and what doesn't serve you. Yeah, a lot of you are going through throat chakra activations with this. Maybe you're having ringing in the ears or tenderness in the jaw. Yeah. When you're living in constant fear, you don't know that life can be different. And so this process of waking up, this process of letting go of fear has to be one of surrender. Because your nervous system has been alert. It has been fighting all of this perceived threat. So, or actual threat. And now that you're in a new place or you're in a new state of consciousness. The answer, or the antidote to that overactivation, is to help take the pressure off. Which is why some of you might be feeling more exhausted than normal. You're being called to rest more. Trust your body's cycles, because it's part of the deconditioning, the unconditioning that you have to, or that it's part of the unconditioning that you have been forced into a way of being, always alert, always on edge, always afraid. And now that you've changed everything enough in your life to undo that, to have safety and to feel safe, it's going to take some time to allow your nervous system to really reset and trust that that is the case. So some of you have been guided to meditate more, to really recognize and honor the presence of your spirit team, your angels, in your space and in your life. They're needing you to understand how protected you are, that it is safe to let go, it is safe to trust them, it is safe to open yourself up to life again. Because it's actually that trust. When you open up, your expansive aura is actually very strong. It's very protective in and of itself. So it feels like some of you are healing from betrayal, but it feels more that some of you might have been really upset with yourself. Yeah, wow, that's hard to say. Some of you have been beating yourselves up because you didn't know better. At different points in your life, you didn't know the things that you know now. Right now, you're being asked to heal that. Not by further punishing yourself, but by forgiving yourself and allowing change to take place. And what that really means is letting go. We're mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. I feel like you're giving yourself a chance to reset. To really spend time understanding the way that your subconscious works, but not just in an intellectual sense, also feeling that, allowing the emotions to rise in quietude to heal. So we have the moon, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. You had a bonus card, Two of Swords. I feel like this is how you were, but your guides are trying to show you as gently as possible that this is not the answer anymore. To close yourself off from feeling the way that you feel. Because it's through that acknowledgement, it's through that emotion and emoting that those perceptions can change. Those burdens can be relieved. So this moon card, the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords, it's feeling very much like you're giving yourself that space in time to have your mind take a back seat, to let your feelings tell you the stories. Because your mind already knows, but your emotions hold deeper truths that can be scary to feel sometimes. So as you start to create space and quiet your mind, Let that be an invitation for your emotions to explain to you a little bit deeper what's going on, why it is you're operating a certain way. Things just aren't for for no reason. Your coping mechanisms, the running, the constant seeking validation, all these things didn't just start out of thin air, you know? Whether they were inherited ancestrally or they were because of circumstances in your childhood or with other pivotal relationships. All of these things start somewhere. And your emotions are, your heart is begging you, please see me. Please see me. You might even be feeling this call from the depth of your soul. I don't want to live like this anymore. You might be thinking, I don't know how. Just know that when you actually finally look at this, you can take these swords out and see them for what they are, and those wounds can heal. You can regain strength. You can regain strength. And believe it or not, slowing down is allowing you to regain strength. Processing all of these emotions, feeling your emotions, diving into that reality is allowing you to regain strength. I'm going to continue this over on Patreon. We're going to see a little bit more about this Three of Swords, Two of Swords. But I want to come full circle back to where we started here with the Empress, Three of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. If you're interested in joining me on Patreon, the link is in the description box below to join. And I'm also running a 50% off sale on my services on my website. The coupon code is anniversary50 with a capital A, lowercase, the rest of the letters. And that's going to be until March 3rd, which is the 1-year anniversary of my business launch. All right. Links in the description box to book with me. Oh, I'm excited. I love you so much. Be proud of this work that you're doing. It'll change your life. If you want help going deeper into these moments, sign up for my Shadow Work Bootcamp. The link's in the description box below. All right, I'll see you in the next one.